Good day, my dear students. This is Teacher Perpetua A. Pasana Jr. You can also call me Sir Pete, and welcome to another day of learning English with me. For today's lesson, I want your mind, your heart, and your very soul to be filled with a lot of information that you could never really forget for the rest of your life. Before we begin, I want all of your eyes to please focus on me and land your ears on me. Are you ready? Alright then, let's go! Today's lesson is all about non-verbal communication. And with that, today, you will be learning what non-verbal communication is, what are the types of non-verbal communication, and of course, what's the importance of non-verbal communication in our day-to-day living. At the end of this lesson, you'll be able to identify non-verbal cues in their meanings, recognize and raise awareness in the importance of non-verbal communication in our day-to-day living, and of course, perform a short role play using appropriate non-verbal cues. Alright, at this point, I'll be showing you some pictures, and I want you to identify what does each picture mean. Again, I want you to identify what does each picture mean. So, are you ready? That's great. So let's go then and let's have the first picture. So let's have the first picture. Alright, so what can you see in the picture? Very good. We can see a man. Look at the face of the man. What do you think the man feels? Or what does the man feel? Does he feel sad? Does he feel happy? Alright, very good. The man feels so sad. So can you show me the face of being sad? Alright, very good. That's it. So the man is so sad. Tell me, what makes you feel sad? What makes you feel sad? I feel so sad when I am with somebody who cannot make me happy. That makes me sad. Now let's have the next picture. Kind of look at the picture. What can you see? Alright, we can see a very cute baby. Now look at the face of the baby. How does the baby feel? Or what does the baby feel? Alright, very good. The baby feels happy, or the baby is happy. Now can you show the teacher the face of being happy? Alright, that's it. And when was the last time you felt so happy? The last time I felt so happy was when I was with him, we ate together, and we went to the places that we like together. Let's have the third picture. Now, what can you see in the picture? Alright, very good. We can see another man. Now look at the man. What do you think the man feels? What do you think the man feels? Alright, the man feels angry. The man feels angry because he wants to punch something or somebody. So can you show me the face of being angry? Alright, very good. So, that's nice. And what makes you angry? Let me ask you this. What makes you angry? What makes me angry is when I cannot get things what I want. I cannot get those things that I really want to have. That makes me mad. And it's killing me crazy. So how about the fourth picture? Kindly look at the picture. Okay, what can you see? Alright, we can see a woman. Now what do you think is the woman doing? She's doing like this. When somebody does like this, what do you think it means? It means stop. When somebody does this, it means stop. Stop walking, stop watching, stop climbing. I cannot take it anymore. Stop walking. Alright, so it means stop. Now let's have the fifth picture. Okay, kindly look at the picture. What can you see? Okay, very good. Again, we can see a very cute baby girl. Now, what is she doing? What is the baby girl doing? She does this. If a person does this, what do you think this means? It means, wow, very good. It means quiet, meaning do not make any noise. Quiet, quiet please. All right, very good. So if your teacher will say keep quiet, and if she does this without a word, it means quiet. Okay, very good. Now let's have the sixth picture. Oh, kinda look at the picture. What can you see? Wow, we can see an emoji. Now, what does this emoji feel? Wow, that's great. The emoji must be crying. It's a crying emoji. So can you show to me the face of a crying one? Now tell me, when was the last you cried? When was the last time you cried? Okay. As far as I remember, the last time I cried was when I saw my crush being with somebody, and that really hurts my feeling a lot, so I cried even though there's nothing between us. Oh, that's gonna be so sad. And now let's have the seventh picture. And can you look at the picture? What can you see? Alright, very good. We can see a very cute boy. Earlier we saw a very cute girl, and now we can see a very cute boy. Now what do you think is the boy doing? What is he doing? Alright, very good. The boy must be thinking. So he must be thinking of something. So when you do this, it means you are thinking. Thinking of those times that you were still so happy, you were still together, but now you're separated already, so it won't make you happy anymore, so it will make you sad. And most of it, you'll cry at the end. And let's have the last picture. Look at the picture. What can you see? Alright, we can see a woman. Now what do you think is the woman doing? Now, when you do this, what does it mean? What does it mean? I'm thinking. Very good. It means you are excited. Woo! You are excited of something. Now, let me ask you, what makes you excited? What makes me excited is when I am going to see my special someone. And of course, that special someone is also excited to see me. So that makes me excited. So that's the wrap of showing all the pictures. Now, let me ask you this. After seeing all those pictures, after identifying their expression and what they do, what do you think is the common ground among them? What do you think? What makes them in common? Being happy, being sad, being angry, crying, thinking, excited, quiet, stop, and whatever it is, what do you think is their common ground? Alright, very good. All of them have something to do with facial expressions, gestures, and postures. And all of those things have something to do with non-verbal communication. Alright, so let's talk about non-verbal communication in this lesson. But before we begin about non-verbal communication, let us talk about communication. So what is communication? Communication is the process of conveying information from a person to another person. It could either be through verbal or non-verbal communication. So that is communication. Now, there are two types of communication: verbal communication and non-verbal communication. Talking about verbal communication, it emphasizes words, meaning verbal communication includes words or spoken language or a written language. It could be spoken or it could be written. But we will not be dealing more on verbal communication because the purpose of this lesson is all about nonverbal communication. Now, what do you think is nonverbal communication? Again, verbal communication, it includes words. It could either be spoken or written. That's a verbal communication. How about when we say nonverbal communication? What does it mean when we say nonverbal communication? Any guess? Nonverbal communication is the transmission of messages or signals through a nonverbal platform such as eye contact, facial expressions, postures, gestures, and even the distance between two individuals. Every day, people unintentionally convey nonverbal messages. It could either be through facial expressions, gestures, and postures. There are three main types of nonverbal communication. The first one is facial expression. The second one is body movement or posture. And the third one is gesture. Talking about facial expressions, these are expressions that can be seen through our face. Okay? Our face portrays a lot of emotions. It is most of the time that can be obviously seen by the people around us. We tend to be happy, we tend to be sad, we tend to be angry, we tend to be excited, we tend to be surprised, we tend to be amazed. Now, all of those can be seen through our faces, even without words. Even you're not saying that, oh, I'm happy. We can see that you're happy just through looking at your eyes. There are also instances in which people tend to be mad or get angry at us, even though we're not doing something bad towards them. Maybe because they have interpreted our facial expressions, our body postures, gestures in a very wrong manner. So that's why we really don't know why they're getting mad at us. That is why people tend to misinterpret us sometimes. Maybe because our words and our facial expressions do not coincide from each other or to each other. That's why we should be careful in showing ourselves to other people because we might be misinterpreted most of the time. Like for example, you can easily say that my friend is very sad, even though you were not able to hear from him or from her that he or she is really sad. It's because just through looking into his or her face, we could really say that that person is sad. If you're saying that you're happy, then your face must look happy. If you're saying that you're sad, that also means that your face must look sad as well. So, the facial expression really matters a lot when words are not spoken in front of somebody. That is how powerful our facial expressions are. And that's why we should be careful in using it, and we should have to use it in a wise manner so that people will not misinterpret us and so that they will not be mad at us. Now let's have the second type of nonverbal communication. We have the body movements or the postures. What is body language? Body language makes up 93% of human communication. Different stances, facial expressions, or gestures may send off different messages to the listener. Examples of postures or body movements are the following. So which sitting position you do most of the time? Remember, your sitting position reveals your personality. And so let's have a look to some common sitting positions. Body language is a form of nonverbal and often unconscious communication in which physical behaviors, rather than words, are used to express or convey information. If you find yourself regularly sitting in position number 1, it shows that you are an honest and trustworthy person. Moreover, people who frequently sit in position 1 are often very interested in others and are the kind of people that you love to talk to. They have great listening skills and are wonderful supporters. A little quirky, spontaneous, and with a great sense of humor, you're always entertained when you're with them. If you prefer to sit with your legs crossed, it shows that you tend to be more reserved and take your time before choosing who to trust. People who regularly sit in position 2 tend to be professionals who are ambitious, passionate, and have a certain status in their careers. They are not likely to conform to the crowd, but stand strong in confidence, doing their own thing. Their standards are higher than the average person, and their quality of life reflects it. People who prefer to sit in position 3 tend to be friendly, relaxed, and generally happy with their lives. And people who naturally sit in position 3 are easily approachable and are able to get along with just about anyone they meet. They are dependable, highly liked by others, and have an inner peace that draws others to them. If you find yourself comfortable sitting in position 4, then you are likely a straightforward person who can be gentle and reserved, but when asked will tell it how it is and doesn't beat around the bush. In addition, those who sit in position 4 are often minor perfectionists who feel most comfortable when things are in order. Highly responsible, intelligent, and on point describe them. They're not fans of small talk, but they can tolerate a decent amount of it. Lastly, those who feel comfortable sitting in position 5 are dreamers and doers. They have wonderful imaginations, are goal-oriented, and when they set their hearts on something, nothing stands in their way from getting what they want. Their deep need for intimacy reflects their desire to share their loving ideas with, and ultimately to help others. Relaxed but driven, calm but passionate, smiling but filled with the fire of love, these people are treasures to have as close friends. Those were interesting, right? Now this time, let's get to know the importance of body language. Body language increases self-confidence, it raises self-esteem, brings the charm, attracts the audience, be successful in different aspects of life, workplace and relationship success, and of course, public speaking. The third type of nonverbal communication are gestures. Now, the following are the examples of gestures. Talking about gestures, these are our hand movements. Like for example, look at picture number 1. Picture number 1, it means you did a very good job, meaning, well done. Picture number 2, if somebody shows that to you, it means, okay, you did a very good job as well. And picture number 3, it shows care. And picture number 4, it shows love. So when somebody does that to you, that means to say that somebody loves you, either it is intentional or unintentional. Now, which of those hand gestures do you love the most? Is it 1, 2, 3, or 4? The choice is yours. Now, after knowing about nonverbal communication and its types, let's get to know why is nonverbal communication important. Nonverbal communication plays a significant role in our lives as it can improve a person's ability to relate, engage, and establish meaningful interactions in everyday life. A better understanding of this type of communication may lead people to develop stronger relationship with others. And of course, nonverbal communications are inevitable, meaning to say it cannot be avoided. Every second, every minute, and every hour of the day, we tend to make actions consciously or unconsciously. Even though in our deep sleep, we tend to make unconscious movements, which we call nonverbal cues. To wrap everything up, today we discussed about nonverbal communication, the 3 types of nonverbal communication, the gestures, the body movements or postures, and facial expressions. And lastly, the importance of nonverbal communication in our day-to-day living. In this time of pandemic, how did it affect your actions, your behaviors, and your daily routine in life? In this time of pandemic, why is it necessary to understand your unconscious behavior and other people's unconscious behavior as well? In what way does your knowledge in nonverbal communication help you connect to and with other people? Identify the meaning of each sitting position below based on your own understanding. Use 1/4 sheet of paper. And that wraps everything. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, my dear students, for actively listening, for actively participating, and for actively engaging in our lesson for today. I hope that you learned a lot from it, and I am very much happy to be your teacher for today. And that's it. I would like to say goodbye and see you for the next session. I will leave for a quote that learning is a continuous process, so let's not be afraid of learning something every day.